Hey dinos, I'm back making another video. It's me, the dinosaur man.
Daddy,
I've heard a lot about you.
this is a herbivore and that's the dinosaur man.
Dinosaur man.
I've had this idea for the last few days about kind of like going through Pinterest and kind of talking about like how much of an asset it is for me and how much I just enjoy like looking through it. This is inspired by my friend Ayasuna, who was like looking through. She was just going through like pure like Pinterest brain rot on her stream. So definitely recommend go check that out. She does like multi-streams on YouTube and Twitch. So you know you could catch her on either one. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to like talk about how much I like Pinterest. It's a neat little tool. I spent many an hour on it. I've been on it a lot this year. I think I used it quite a bit last year, but definitely for this year, it's been very useful for me in a multitude of ways. So I wanted to get into it. Right off of the bat, here on the first page, there's some really cool shit. This thing's pretty cool. I don't know what that is. It's like a crystal creature. That's not really a crystal creature. Look, it looks like something out of like Sonic Frontiers, for better or worse. This is really cool. This can go in. I'll talk about what I'm gonna do in this video. Is I'm gonna talk about some of my Pinterest boards and kind of go through them. I have so many Pinterest boards, and there's so much to each one that like I'm probably gonna end up making like multiple videos about Pinterest. I think that's very corporate on my part, but yeah, this thing's really cool. I don't know, is it a octopus thing? That's sick. This is really cool. This could also go in that thing I'm going to talk about here in a minute. This looks very Metal Gear Rising. There's always something cool on here. I feel like the algorithm has been like especially good for me lately. I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of AI art. I don't know if maybe they're adjusting like the algorithm to not show that stuff as much, or if maybe it's just a coincidence, I don't know. But this is pretty cool. I don't know if this quite matches that thing, but I'm gonna put it in there. I'll put it in the Dark World characters, even though they're primarily like pretty bright in color, but I'll talk about that more in a minute. I think I'm gonna go ahead and show off some of my boards. I'll start off with this one. This might even be the only one I talk about today. Doing this video is giving me the opportunity to talk about this thing, this sort of idea I came up with very recently. You might be surprised that it's very recent, considering this fucking board has 247 pins, but yeah, this is a pretty recent idea, but I've just been like super brainstorming with this shit. So I don't even remember what prompted it. Pretty much since the Sonic 3 trailer came out, I've been a little bit obsessed with Sonic again. He's come back into my life in that way, I guess. It's been a while since I've like really been into Sonic, but I knew I'd come back around at some point. But yeah, I don't even remember exactly what kind of kickstarted this idea, but I've been thinking about like how I would make a Sonic the Hedgehog game, and I haven't thought about this in a long time, like years and years and years ago, like fucking like I think like over a decade ago, I was like writing down ideas for like my dream Sonic game, you know, and I haven't really entertained this idea in a long time. So it's been a lot of fun to brainstorm with this. I have a whole doc full of ideas for both gameplay and story. I've been really thinking pretty deeply about both. The gameplay would be very much more leaning towards like the adventure style of gameplay. I don't really like the boost shit. I think it's a cheap way to make Sonic go fast. But I also feel like the adventure games haven't quite captured what you can do with that sort of formula. So I've been watching a lot of Pariah 695, I believe it is. He's got like the best ideas for Sonic games, I swear. Like he's pretty big brain. So I've been taking a lot of his ideas and seeing how they work with my philosophies for this game. And we'll look at I'll go ahead and scroll through these just so you have something to look at while I talk. But yeah, I've also been learning Godot, or Godot, however the fuck you pronounce it. because I don't know, it's just been like, I've been entertaining the idea of making a Sonic game. It's been one of, like, anytime I've ever entertained this kind of idea, I've never really had the confidence in myself to be like, oh, I can learn game design, right? I've never really felt like I was ever going to be smart enough for something like that. So, but now that these days I'm much more in tune with myself and I have a lot more confidence, I just randomly the other day I was like, hey, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna install Godot, and I'm just gonna see I'm just gonna see like if it feels like something I can do, and especially this Born CG. Shout out to Born CG, dude. I would not have learned as much about Godot as I have if not for this guy's tutorials, at least not as quickly. An absolute fucking blessing, this channel and these videos, so huge shout out. The things that I've been able to achieve in, like, I literally, like, I learned how to make a game overnight. I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, okay, that's exaggerating, but I learned a lot more in one night than I thought I would in my whole fucking life, to be honest. Like, coding is not nearly as daunting as I thought it would be. I thought I just, like, would never be able to wrap my head around it, but a lot of it actually is stuff that I'm familiar with, strangely enough. So yeah, I might talk more about that later, but I guess we could talk about these boards. So for, like, the story of the game, I've had this idea of it being very much like a Sonic trying to bring balance to these two different worlds that are like each represent light and dark. And I thought it would be cool if, like, he had these he had a little, like, companion that was with him, representing each side of the conflict. Like, maybe they're both like ambassadors for each of their sides or something, and maybe they give him like these powers where he's like, I like the idea of him. This isn't Sonic, this is like Mephiles, but like I like the idea of him being like split in half with like he can use, like, I've thought about like how you can use like maybe like the bumpers on the controller to control each of the light and dark powers, like so he's like split in half and he can like use each one. I don't know if there'd be like a limit to it yet, I'm not quite sure about that, but yeah, I like the idea of Sonic being like split in half between light and dark. I'd have to be careful to not make it look too much like an edgy Sonic OC. I'm not exactly sure how it would look yet, but the image is in my head. I just need to I just need to draw it. This is kind of close to, I don't know what this is, this character, but this is kind of close to what I'm thinking about. How this character is like, it's not just like split in half, but I've thought of the idea of it like being like intertwined, right? And sort of the I don't want to get into like what the game is necessarily supposed to be about, like thematically. Because with any of the stories that I tell, I don't want to like outright explain any of it to, you know, the consumer. I kind of just want to like, I want my stories to speak for themselves, right? Because if they can't do that, then I'm probably not a very good writer. But if you've ever read a Carl Jung book, you might kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to go with thematically for this story. So let's talk about this character. This is one of the, this would be like one of the companions. For Sonic, this would be like the one that represents the light side. Their name used to be Enlight, Enlight, but now I'm calling them Vega for reasons. I'm not going to explain it, to be honest, but maybe hopefully someone will be able to pick it up one day. If this game this game may never get like completed, it very likely probably will not, but also the Sonic fan game community is like very passionate and very talented. So I don't know, maybe if I get cooking long enough, I can have something to show off, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get people to work with me on this. It's a very ambitious project because it's gonna have like, I'll get to this character in a second, but I want Eggman to be in it for sure. I want him to have his bad nicks. You fight them throughout the course of the story, but also I want there to be like enemies and allies on both sides of the dark and light of like the dark and light worlds, and I want there to be like maybe like have bosses. Yeah, I'm talking more about this Sonic game than I am Pinterest, but I swear this will come back around to Pinterest in a moment. But yeah, maybe here you can kind of get the idea of what I'm going for with this character. I think for these companion characters, I want them to be like maybe the size of like Chip from Sonic Unleashed, like not like not very large compared to Sonic, like little like fairy sized characters. Um, if I had to say what represents what I have in my head for this character the most, I would say it's probably this character, just of less of a roboty look. And I want I want these light side characters to have very angular looks to them, so maybe a little less round. But I do generally like this color scheme. Matter of fact, I literally saved, yes, right here. These are kind of the colors I'm thinking of. I guess this side more reflects Vega, and I'm thinking this side reflects the dark companion character. Where would they be? The dark companion character, I'm not, my vision for them isn't as set in stone. I don't even have a name for them yet. If you have a name for this character, let me know, but I don't really have any good references, any consistent references yet, so yeah, that might be hard to do, but yeah, I'm thinking of for like these dark side characters, for them to have like a cloak type look, like where they wear masks and they have like cloaks over the masks and like you know, hoods, and maybe like their eyes glow, like they maybe they don't actually use light to get around, despite the fact that this one has a lantern. Like they can just see in their like in their very dark world, with pretty much just their natural sight, because it's like special. And yeah, so some of these aren't necessarily like, don't look very dark, but they're kind of just like the style, some ideas I've had for the style of the character. And then here on the I have like a board for the dark world inhabitants and maybe some of the enemies you fight in that dark world. And I'm thinking maybe like you go back and forth between those two worlds. I'm thinking maybe there's like maybe a little bit of a MacGuffin thing going on, where like there's like these artifacts that you need to collect with your companions to like you know, restore balance to these worlds or something. I'm not exactly quite sure on that yet, but yeah. So I'm thinking for like the Dark World characters, that they have more of like a round look to them. That isn't 100% reflected here in all of these, but you know, kind of just a lot of just throwing ideas out, trying to go for that like that cloak look for like the I guess for the more like the humanoid characters of the Dark World, but then for like maybe they have like mechs like this, that I mean, really, like these are about what I have in mind for these. Maybe I would of course, you know, make these more original in my own thing, but like generally, like these are the vibes I'm going for, and like the general like usage of shapes. Maybe these could be like the mechs for the Dark World characters, and then maybe there's like natural wildlife. You know, some are friendly, some are hostile in this game. So there's like monsters, and there's like, you know, cute little critters that you see there. And then pretty much the same thing for the Light World. Again, trying to go for that like very sharp, angular look. Of course, with like, you know, lighter colors. For some of these, I haven't been necessarily worried about the colors. I've been more worried about like the mood and the shapes. But maybe you can kind of see what I'm going for here. I'm not exactly sure, and then maybe like the Light World characters could have mechs too. I'm not exactly sure if I want them to look like human-esque, or maybe like I was toying with the idea of like a bug look for them, but I'm not really sure about that anymore. Or maybe if they are more like anthro kind of looking, like you know, like Sonic characters usually are. Whatever I do, I definitely want to make sure that like I don't want to put all the effort into designing all these like original characters and worlds, and then throwing Sonic into it and it being like, oh, he doesn't fit this at all. So yeah, that definitely is going to be a challenge, because I barely know how to draw as is. But yeah, for Eggman's Badniks, I kind of want to have like my own vision for them. Like a blending between the more like cartoony looks. I love this shit. I mean, like this is an Eggman robot. That would be so cool. I think it's like an Evangelion thing or something. I don't know, but I think that'd be cool. Maybe not like looking exactly like this, because this kind of gives me like Sonic 06 vibes, and I don't want to go full Sonic 06 with the Badniks because they don't look like they were made by Eggman. So maybe like a combination of like the Sonic 06 designs with like the you know, I love the Sonic Hero designs for the Badniks, so maybe like a cross between those. I'm gonna have to experiment with that. And here's some ideas I had for the bosses. Very like very epic, you know. And I think before I move on from talking about this Sonic game and more talking about Pinterest, I do want to say that, again, inspired by Pariah, I kind of want to make like the design, like gameplay wise, I want this game to have kind of a pinball flow to it, to where you're very much like using your environment to get around more than any of Sonic's like latent abilities. I did, like, you know, you can go fast with like spin dash and stuff like that, but I think like the majority of what you're going to be using to get around is going to be like the environment. I've written down notes talking about how, like, you know, avoid very like flat terrain and make it to where like the player could get very creative, and like the, you know, the real skilled players can you know, skip huge parts of the level. You know, if they find like the right wall to like roll off of or whatever, you know. And I do want the levels to be very linear. I don't want to go like an open world thing. Maybe there'll be like a hub world for like you know, that you can return to, and maybe there's like a shop there or something. I'm just trying to avoid, and I might make another video going more in depth into this game, maybe when I've got more more of a concrete idea for it, maybe when I've even like developed the control scheme. But yeah, but I generally want to avoid like a lot of the things that make Sonic games like not very good for me, because my relationship with the Sonic games is like, I play them and I'm like, it's just not quite what I want, you know? Like there aren't really any Sonic games that like really are like, this is it. I think maybe the closest one is Project 06 and maybe SA2 and Heroes. Those are the closest ones for me. But I think maybe integrating some of that like the physics-based gameplay from the 2D games in like actually properly integrating that into 3D, and we haven't really quite gotten that. Like we haven't gotten that in the way that I think we could. There's a lot of potential with 3D Sonic games that I don't think has been even close to being met yet. But anyway, yeah, I could literally talk about that forever, but I don't want to get too deep into it yet, because that's not even what this video is about. Yeah, Pinterest is really good for me. Like, as you saw, like Pinterest is really good for me, just like getting ideas together, and just like I'll be honest, like storytellers in this day and age are spoiled. Like we can make our stories come to life like through all of like these inspirations that we have, and it's just so easy to do with Pinterest boards. This one isn't even really related to a particular story idea of mine. I just think fairies are cool. I just really like fairies. I love the aesthetic. Of course, it's not just one aesthetic, but I don't know. I have 69 pins on here. Nice. I've had like fairy brain rot lately. I don't know. These just look fucking sick. Yeah, I just think those are really cool. Here's a board for one of my Hidden Fangs characters. My sort of like sci-fi post-apocalyptic story. This character Glint is like the chief of the village of that story, and in my head he looks like Oscar Isaac with a beard, so I think that's pretty fucking based. Pinterest is really good for getting ideas for outfits and shit. I'll actually show you some of the designs that I've actually been able to realize through commissions. So here's one, for example. This character was literally all of my Hidden Fangs characters are built off of Pinterest. And this one's a good example of that. Like the clothes, you know, like the pants, the shoes, even like the hairstyle. Everything here is based off of Pinterest. In fact, to a fault in a way, because these little like loopy things are like straight up from something that I found on Pinterest. And I definitely think I want to be a little more original than that in the future. But yeah, thanks to my artist Draymond for getting that together. It looks really fucking sick. This is another one of like the village characters. And actually here you can see a lot of my inspirations for the character. So you know, you've got like her sort of like high long ponytail thing going on here. and then like the fur, like I guess capelet kind of thing going on. Personality wise, I'm thinking kind of RC from Transformers Prime. If anybody in the comments knows what that show is, let me know and I'll call you based. This one was a lot of fun. I made these Joy-Con characters. These like Joy-Con sister waifu characters. These were drawn by me. This image right here. This was a lot of fun to do. I'm thinking like each one like represents like the red and blue Joy-Con respectively. They've got like button designs on their clothes. Anna here has like the Switch logo on her boots. Her like Dallas Cowboy boots, like cheerleader boots. And I'll show you some of that here. Yeah, very much like a cheerleader inspired for these characters. And then I thought of them being like having that kind of like the Orihara sisters dynamic from Durarara. And yeah, so here you can see like the inspiration for Joy's shoes. These are very much like these are I think these were very popular in like the 50s. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, 40s to 50s. Apparently like cheerleaders wore these back then, so I thought that would be a cool look. These are Kana's boots. I thought instead of like a star on her boots, I thought it'd be cool if we had like a Nintendo Switch logo. I haven't drawn these characters again since, but maybe I'll return to them in the future. They were pretty fun to do. There's no like story based around them. I just thought like I just had like the idea in my head and I just like randomly like started doing it. This is all the official Hidden Fangs artwork. These are the only characters that I have drawn up so far, but yeah, shout out to my artist Draymond. I'll have them linked in the description since I mentioned them. And yeah, this shit is just really cool. Again, like these are all very much inspired by stuff I found on Pinterest. This is a weird one. I randomly had a dream one night of the Toho characters like doing wacky shit with these like sentient top hats that had like eyes on them. And then I just like, as soon as I woke up, I wrote down notes and I made a Pinterest board of it. And then I just like added these to it just to get like, just to make sure like the idea had some form of like tangibility to it. I haven't touched it since, but it's weird because I'm not even like that deep into Toho. Like I haven't played any of the games, but I watched like the Little Reimu thing and almost cried. But apparently it stuck with me enough to be able to do that. And yeah, this is another character from the Hidden Fangs universe. This is one of the characters ends up getting like a pet raptor, so I kind of just been throwing ideas together with that. And yeah, I could get much deeper into a lot of these, but hopefully you get the idea. Like Pinterest is absolutely an invaluable asset. Like I just get like random ideas, like this is also based on a dream I had. Like a Coraline and Nightmare Before Christmas crossover, which I actually made a blog post about why that doesn't make any fucking sense. Go check out my website for that. I also I had an idea of like these like mercenary characters like infiltrating Darth Vader's castle, so I started getting ideas together for that. Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff here. I'll talk more about these another time, I think. Back to Pinterest as a whole. I mean, I'm gonna scroll through here right now, and I'm gonna end up finding things that are gonna go on my boards. Like there's literally like an infinite amount of resources for information here on this website. It's so fucking good. Definitely my biggest gripe is with the AI art, but to be honest, I really haven't been seeing much of that lately, so maybe they're improving it. I don't know. I guess another complaint I have about Pinterest is the fact that a lot of people, they don't source the artwork that they post on here, which is, it's pretty cringe, to be honest. Thankfully, most of the time you can find the source of the artwork by doing throwing it into like a reverse image search engine. But yeah, that is a little bit annoying. And I've heard people in the past say like they encourage artists to post their own artwork onto Pinterest, so that way people can sort of see the source of the art before somebody else posts it, I guess. So that's a good idea. I've posted some of my art on here. Like, so many of my ideas have evolved so deeply, like more than I think they ever would have, if I didn't have Pinterest to just scroll through and just like look at cool shit. There's a cool poncho right there. You're gonna see a lot of Cream the Rabbit because I'm doing a piece of artwork right now based off of based on Ariana, and I'm using this pose that I found of Cream of the Rabbit, and guess where I found it? You know, Pinterest. So I'm actually really proud of this piece so far. I'm hoping the next sketch looks better than this, because there's a lot wrong with it, but we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, my original ideas for I didn't even end up name dropping it earlier, but Sonic Illumination is the sort of the working title for this game. I'm not sure how I feel about the name Sonic Illumination, because when I hear Illumination, I think like Minions. But yeah, originally I had an idea for like the characters being like crystally, like both the Dark and Light World characters having like a crystal aesthetic. So I absolutely would have added this to the board before that, but I'm starting to go in a different direction now. There's Germa. Unironically. Okay, so you know how on Pinterest there's like shit like this where it's like, you know, pose references? Unironically, pictures of Germa are good for drawing. Like, just take a picture of Germa and like study his anatomy. make your like OCs do like never mind. Anyway, I don't know how I'm gonna move on from seeing that, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, like I scroll Pinterest for like hours of the day, and something I wanted to say for this video, I don't know how other people feel about this, but like when I get addicted to using other social media apps like Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, like all that shit, it feels dirty, like to be addicted to social media. Like it just doesn't feel right. I feel like it just feels gross. I don't like being addicted to social media anymore, so I try my best not to be on one platform too much at a time. I've pretty much broken my addiction with all social media except for YouTube. I have been making a lot of tweets lately, but that's just because I've had a lot to say. I haven't really been scrolling through it too much. But YouTube is like the one last social media platform that I need to break my addiction to, because I watch way too much YouTube. I mean, the videos I watch are good, but like I watch way too much. It gets to be like mentally degrading. But I will tell you one thing. Pinterest, I have no reservations about being addicted to, because it's like nothing but creativity. Like every second that I'm on Pinterest, I feel like I'm like developing more of like something that's inside of me, I guess. I don't know. That's a poor way of putting it, but there's just like so much cool shit on here to take inspiration from, as opposed to like other social media platforms where it's just like people screaming at each other. Again, the worst thing you get on here is AI art, but like in my case, I really haven't been. I don't think I've seen a single instance of AI art while recording this entire video. I mean, I'm just getting beautiful shit like this, like hell yeah, dude. Unironically, this is a good pose reference. Oh, that's so good. Like, why is Germa? I could make a video talking about Germa. Why is Germa such a like? He's such an entity. Like, anyway, yeah, Pinterest is really fun because like, this is like the place where like you can see like all of my interests. I mean, I've got stuff about Sonic the Hedgehog. I've got fairies on here. I've got my original stories. I'm posting my own artwork on here now. I make boards about shit that I see in my dreams. All these different characters for my stories. You know, I'll do stuff for like I'll make boards about like drawing ideas and references. I'll see there's some cool writing tips on here that I see people post. There's dinosaurs. I don't know why I made this. I guess I just thought this Transformers Prime artwork was cool. Like just like all of my interests are on here in one way or another. I've just got like general boards of just like where is it? Pretty art, yeah. Of just like artwork that I think looks sick. Like this has nothing to do with anything I'm doing. This is just a cool character design. I think it's really cool. This is some beautiful artwork right here. Like there's just shit on here that like there's just like some really cool shit on here. And unfortunately, like I said, people don't source a lot of this stuff, but hopefully with a reverse image search, you can find out who this is. But Pinterest also helped me discover one of my favorite artists like of all time at this point. Their name is this person did it. This person linked it. Hey, good fucking job. Also, I'm gonna zoom in because I noticed while editing the first half of this video, some stuff was too small. But yeah, I think this kind of began my fairy brain rot. This artist Shiriru on Instagram. Beautiful fucking artwork. I love the way they do colors. I love the character designs. These aren't all from this artist, but the ones with like the fairy with the blue hair are, yeah, just some. Ooh, look at this purple one. That's going in the fairies board. Dude, this shit is so cool. Like, I'm glad that I found Shiriru on Instagram. Otherwise, I would be adding literally every piece of their artwork. Oh, that's good. Look at this, dude. Fairies are so cool. Like, so pretty, and they just they're just. Wait, is this AI art? I don't think it is. I say that because there's like a lot of wings on this character. No, there's like a tag. Surely that's not AI. I don't think it is. Because like one thing that is a pretty big give for AI art is like there being too many of something that there shouldn't be, or like too many lines, especially on clothes and hair. There'd be like way too many lines, and it's really easy to spot. But yeah, there's just so much cool shit on Pinterest. I fucking love this shit. Like I could literally like I said, my friend Aya was just like literally, she was streaming. I think she was streaming Pinterest for an hour, like just Pinterest, just like looking through shit. She was looking at like here, I'll even show you what she was looking at. I think that's what you call it, like brutalist posters. Yeah, she was looking at shit like this for like literally just this style of poster. She was looking at this shit for like an hour. It was a lot of fun. Definitely go check her stream out if you want to see more shit like this. And here soon, I might be doing some streams where I literally, I could just scroll through Pinterest for hours and just like talk about the cool shit that I'm seeing. Like this might be a cool design for one of the mechs for the light side characters from Sonic Illumination. Like literally just me sitting here just like talking about Pinterest. I'm finding shit that I like. Because at the time of recording this video, this is the best that I've felt in months. Like, I felt this good for the last couple days, so I'm hoping that it keeps up so I can continue to do shit that I like and not have to be bedridden for most of the day, because that's really fucking annoying. Yeah, I think I pretty much got the idea across. I think this video is plenty. Ooh, this is a good reference for my this is a good reference for my character Linity Forlet from Madalena. I'm gonna add that to the Madalena board. Also, something that I noticed you can do. I wish I was doing this sooner, because this would have helped me out on a lot of my other boards, organizing them. You can make sections on your Pinterest boards, as you saw here. I need to go back to some of my other boards and organize them better. I literally only found this out like the other day. I don't know how I missed that, because it's like it's in your face and it's obvious, but I guess I'm just that stupid. Yeah, I'm gonna stop scrolling through here. Thank you for watching. If you want to share some of your Pinterest boards in the comments, feel free. Maybe give a little blurb talking about what they're about. And if you don't use Pinterest and you have like maybe you just want to like, maybe you're a storyteller, or maybe if you just want to like brain dump ideas, or maybe get some inspirations for something you're working on. Oh my fucking god, the Muto from Godzilla 2014. I fucking love this creature. Anyway, I need to stop scrolling through Pinterest before I keep getting distracted. Yeah, Pinterest is really fucking cool. Like I can't stress it enough. Like, if they didn't endorse AI art, I would take a sponsorship from them. But I don't know about that with the fucking AI shit. But thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna stare at fairies for the next 3 hours, and y'all take care and be careful with Pinterest brain rot. Bye bye.